When they need to cut costs, most companies do it the wrong way, sparking a downward spiral. When done right, the company benefits without putting itself in peril. Hi, and welcome back. This video is about transaction costs and their importance in driving the profits of a business. Like many executives, you've probably given a lot of thought to cost control across the years. Cost control tends to be thought of as, we'll go out and cut costs here where we don't necessarily need to spend the money, or, we're going to get the cost down somehow. And in reality, the best way to control costs is to control the transaction counts in your business. In the Waypoint world, we think of 4 items as being transactional costs: the number of orders that you receive from customers, the number of pick-pack events that go on in the warehouse as you prepare the product, the number of deliveries that you have to the customer, and the number of invoices that you use to memorialize the transactions and collect the money. Those 4 things, orders, picks, invoices, and shipments, are the things that drive all of your infrastructure costs. In an ideal world, the amount of infrastructure that you have is directly related to the exact amount of transactions that are required to deliver the product into the customer's hands. Why is this important? Because any effective cost-cutting program is at its core going to be looking first to reduce the requirements for the things that you want to cut. That means reducing the number of orders, invoices, picks, and deliveries so that you can then reduce the infrastructure that supports them. So what follows is that any kind of effective cost-cutting program is going to start with a customer relationship and reducing the requirement for so much logistical support to do a given amount of business. You'll look first for relationships that have high transactional counts and therefore high transactional costs. Working with the customer, you'll find ways of reducing the requirement for so much infrastructure and so many transactions in order to support the business. As you're successful in doing this, you're going to reduce the logistical requirement by that particular account, freeing up some of those resources for growth in other areas. Combined with your natural sales growth, you'll be able to spread more operating cash over the same amount of infrastructure costs, raising your profit rates. Well, you might say, well, how does this really help? Because my costs haven't really gone down. All I've done is reduce the number of transactions. And you'd be right. But the reduction in transactions frees up more of your infrastructure and resources for new growth. You'll be able to accommodate much more growth before you eventually have to increase the amount of money that you spend on any of these infrastructure and resources. However, if you're in survival mode and reducing absolute costs is imperative, then the reduction of transaction costs allows you to lose or lay off infrastructure without affecting customer service. So the takeaway is, if you want to get serious about cost cutting, you have to focus first on resource consumption in the relationships that you have with your customers. If you'd like to know more about the sophisticated analytics that help our clients outperform, well, just about everyone, visit our website at waypointanalytics.com.